You see, the level of wickedness and evil in this world. I mean, sometimes it can mess up with your mind. Now look at this. If I talk about Peter Obi being the better guy to be president, my Yoruba fellows will say, you are no more Ali, you be this, you be that, you don't have sense. You know, the worst part is that these APC guys will label you a bastard or an idiot for supporting Peter Obi. But here is what I want you to ask. Go to ChatGPT. Watch this. Go to ChatGPT, right? Ask this question. Based on management, who will you choose as the best governor in Nigerian history? This is the answer you will see. See, I'm posting it, you will see it. See the answer. He said, if I had to choose one governor based primarily on management, meaning prudent financial management, efficient use of resources, planning and administrative discipline, I will choose you. Boom, Peter Obi. So how are you now telling us in a country where 210 trillion naira, they couldn't account for that in NNPC? Another one is 5 trillion. Is it 5 trillion recently? Just imagine what that money can do to this economy. Do you know how many Nigerians will be blessed if we share 210 trillion naira? Google how much it costs to give everybody, and then somebody tells you you're stupid for choosing Peter Obi. See, the number one problem of Peter Obi is not even this government, it's actually even the followers. Some of us, we don't even support the man enough. Some of you are not bold, you are scared, and I don't understand it. Why are you scared? Because I don't understand. You say something good about Peter, but you don't broadcast it. That's why life is not about reality, it's not about fact. It is the reality of success is based directly proportional to the perspective of the people. Is whom the people believe. What people believe is what is real. That's why all the arguments about goats, you are wasting your time. What people believe is what they believe. It's a waste of time to debate it. That's why the one that talks louder always wins, and that's why Peter Obi looks like he's losing. So this video, share it, let people know the truth, because people don't know the truth.
Over 11 trillion naira was spent on fuel subsidies during Buhari's time for the 8 years he was in office, and we were buying fuel at between 187 to 250 naira. Now fuel subsidy is gone. Immediately Tinubu came into office. Now we are buying fuel currently at over 1,300 naira across Nigeria. But NNPC now says that it has spent money over 11.9 trillion on what it calls energy security expense. Energy security expense in 2 years, between 2023 and 2024, over 11.9 trillion has been spent, and we are still buying fuel at 1,300. Let me tell you what this energy security expense is. According to the NNPC, it is the costs NNPC incurs to ensure Nigerians continue to have access to fuel and other energy products, even when supplying them is expensive or results in financial losses. Please, is that not like subsidy? Is that not like subsidy? If subsidy is gone, like people claim, and we are buying fuel at the price we are buying it, how can you open your mouth and tell Nigerians that you have spent that amount of money, over 11 trillion naira, on energy security expense in 2 years? In Buhari's 8 years, we spent 11 trillion. Buy fuel at 187. In 2 years, buy fuel at over 1,000 naira. We have spent over 11.9 trillion. More money than in 8 years was spent on subsidy. Can you not see that this government is a government of thieves and criminals? That the administration led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu is out to intentionally suffer Nigerians? Explain it to me. Please, somebody in the oil sector should come and make this thing make sense. How can you spend 11.9 trillion on what you call energy security expense? Expense on what? Are we not buying the fuel at the normal price? Are people still putting any subsidy for us? And how can you spend 11.9 trillion in just 2 years? Come on now. You might fool the gullible APC followers, the dimwits and numbskulls, but not all of us are like that. We have brains and we think. This is criminality. All of you supporting APC, continue to support your oppressors.
I woke up this morning feeling so sad. knowing that we could have averted this disaster of a president in 2023. People like David Hunde risk their lives trying to save us from this disaster. If Tinubu forces his way again in 2027, which is likely, what is your next plan? Or you still have enough hope to sustain you until your final burial? Because 99% of Nigerians no longer wake up with hope, they now wake up in fear. Fear of what to do, fear of where to go, fear of failure, fear of what to eat, and fear of being killed. Or are you among the people who say Nigeria is not worth dying for? When you say Nigeria is not worth dying for, do you mean you are not worth dying for? When you say Nigeria is not worth dying for, do you mean your parents, your siblings, your relatives, your children and unborn children are not worth dying for? Because that is how ridiculous you sound when you say Nigeria is not worth dying for. Or do you have another country you can simply switch to when Nigeria finally collapses? That's country that you have fought for their freedom and kept for yourself to switch to when Nigeria finally collapses. Or you think the problem of Nigeria is tribal, that when Nigeria finally collapses, you will not be affected. Nigeria is not worth dying for. What have you personally done for the liberation of Nigeria? Nigeria is not worth dying for. What have you done to see that Nigeria is liberated? Nigeria is the only country in Africa whose citizens have never fought for freedom. Freedom is not given. You fight for freedom. If your own life is so useless that you think it's not worth fighting for, dying for, well, mine is worth dying for, and I will die trying to save it. It is better to die as a rebellious slave trying to gain freedom than to die as a loyal slave. Whether you fight or not, you go still die young. If not to die young be your fear. Listen, Tinubu does not have any better plans for Nigeria than what he is already doing. He will continue with this trajectory of a well-planned collapse of our economy. That we are suffering today is intentional. It is systemic and well-planned. To reverse this trajectory and stop the economic collapse is to remove Tinubu from power. The best time was in 2023. To remove him now will painfully require us shedding our own blood. Because if you are waiting for a peaceful transition of power, you may die while waiting. Until you are ready to overcome that fear of they will shoot at us, nothing will change. You must be ready to die. You must sacrifice for your freedom. The idea of whatever you're going through, not just die, is not true. You must not be alive to see what you're fighting for. That is just the uncomfortable truth. You want freedom, but you are scared of death. Are you alive to even start with? Someone who enslaves you, does he want you alive? Meaning, if you want freedom, you must be ready to die. I have received lots of threats. And if by tomorrow I am kidnapped and you stop seeing my videos, just know I am part of the process of liberation. During liberation, people die. The fact that they die without seeing what they are fighting for doesn't make their death in vain. Muammar Gaddafi of Libya died. Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso and Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana died without seeing African progress and unity. Does that make their death in vain? No. Before you give Tinubu chance again in 2027, pay attention. Did you know that on May 29, 2023, 1 liter of fuel was 250 naira? Today, it is 1,500. Did you know that on May 29, 2023, 1 kg of cooking gas was 825 naira? Today, it is 1,800. Did you know that on May 29, 2023, 1 bag of cement was 6,500. Today, it is 12,500. Did you know that on May 29, 2023, 50 kg bag of rice was 34,000. Today, it is 74,000. Did you know on May 29, 2023, Federal University registration and other fees were 44,000 to 60,000. Today, it is 200 to 240,000, depending on the school and course. Did you know on May 29, 2023, 80 million Nigerians were living in abject poverty. People who could barely eat once in a day. Today, it is 140 million. Did you know on May 29, 2023, 24 million Nigerians were homeless? People who didn't have their own home and couldn't afford rent. Today, it is 60 million, including those living in slums and informal settlements. Did you know on May 29, 2023, the unemployment rate was 4%. Today it is 5%. The painful part is that 93% of the unemployment are youth in their productive age. And the most painful part is that 120 million employed are informal workers. Informal workers include bricklayers, street workers, conductors, and people where they serve medicine. So when we talk about informal employment, they are part of the employment. Did you know on May 29, 2023, our debt stock was 87.38 trillion, according to Debt Management Office. Today, our debt stock is 159.28 trillion. This simply means Tinubu has borrowed in 3 years more than Obasanjo, Yaradua, Goodluck, and Buhari combined. Others borrowed money to pay for subsidies so we could afford fuel, electricity, and school fees. Today, Tinubu has removed all the subsidies and he has still borrowed more than them. Did you know that Tinubu will not be alive to pay this debt? Some of it is to be paid in 2050. Does Tinubu look like someone who will be alive until 2050? Other countries are making long-term investment for the next generation. Tinubu is loaning out our future. Did you know someone who was 37 years old on May 29, 2023 is now 40 years old? And the lady who was 27 years old on May 29, 2023 is now 30 years old. This simply means you still have 14 years left for you to live, based on Nigerians' life expectancy of 54 years. Life expectancy is a number of years a newborn will live if Nigeria's trajectory continues as it is. Nigeria currently has one of the lowest life expectancy of 54 years in the world. Now, imagine if Tinubu returns back in 2027. You would be 45 years by 2031 with 9 years left for you to reach 54 years. That is me assuming Tinubu will only do 8 years. Remember, a 54-year-old man is no longer employable. That is the situation we're in currently. So when will you now make money to train your family? And for ladies, when will you now get married and give birth? Before you say Nigeria's life expectancy is just a projection and that there are people who made money at 60. Did you know that people who are 60 years and above in Nigeria are not up to 5 million people out of 240 million population? They are just 2.06% of our population, which is 4.9 million people. That means those who are still alive at 60 are just lucky, and they might not be lucky. Living life is not supposed to be by luck. It should be intentional. Like when in your 20s, you say before you get to 30 or 40, this is what you want to accomplish. But Nigeria has erased every chances to plan life intentionally. So it is safe to say we are just alive by luck. Apart from loaning out our future and destroying our economy, what else has Tinubu done that makes you think he deserves a second term? They abuse you, bamboozling you, telling you that Tinubu is working. But you are getting poorer day by day. Businesses are closing day by day. They just increased WAEC and NECO fee to 50,000 when we have 20 million out of school children. How much was fuel before Tinubu became a president? How much was school fees? Even if that you are blind, are you also deaf? That you allow them to define what progress mean for you?
Person steal power. He no still know wetin he wan use the power do. No be bulaba be that. Na bala blue. You steal power from person. The power dey your hand. You no still know wetin you wan use the power do. You no fit use am, the power dey waste. And you wey you dey ask me for solution, am I your elected president or governor? If to say na me you vote for now, I for tell you the solution. But here is the solution. Go get your PVC and use your votes to demand better governance. I dey say go get your PVC. Yesterday I dey watch some videos where they no gree register people. They say their system dey down. Which kind of country be this? Man, no worry. I dey bring thunder from here. Heavy thunder now go bring from here. We go fire all those people then they for INEC office. Which kind wahala be this? God help us so for this country.
Lack of transparency and truth in the process. Oji, President Tinubu announced subsidy gone in 2023. Do you know that he continued paying subsidy despite telling Nigerians that the reason why they announced subsidy gone was because it was not in the budget? NMPC record shows that 7.1 trillion was paid in subsidy. Do you know what they did, Oji? They hide the name. They didn't call it subsidy. You know what they called it? Energy security expenses. You see this level of lack of transparency. Energy security expenses. It was just like when Buhari government came in. You know, Buhari said something was a scam. It didn't exist and everything. When he's also started playing subsidy, you know what he called it? Under recovery. So it is this lack of transparency that kills this country. And Ayo, I get your points. I don't want people to suffer. I play in that space. I do a lot of advocacy for people. But Ayo, we need to jolt our leaders. Ayo, what happened to this country? We are seeing the likes of the Machimogu. We have seen the likes of Malami, forfeiture and everything. We need to jolt our country back. Ayo, I cry for Nigeria this morning. Let me read something to you. Why I'm crying, why I scream sometimes for this country. On the 23rd of December 1974, Nigeria signed a long-term borrowing agreement with the World Bank. Under this agreement, Nigeria provided $240 million in net resources to the World Bank reserves. And we're borrowing World Bank money.
We were lending.
We're lending World Bank money to do development projects for other countries. In 1975, we also lent 120 million to the IMF. This country was not depending on aid in the 70s. I feel like crying this morning. What has happened to this country? And because people are looting the country dry. The same country that was lending World Bank money, $240 million in the 70s. In that same 70s, do you know that Britain was going to the World Bank to loan money because they had an economic crisis? That time we were lending them money.
Honestly, if we're looking for a typical example of one chance, then APC government is the best description because it embodies everything a one chance government embodies. The APC administration has failed Nigerians and they are the most corrupt administration in the world. This government, they don't have any plans for Nigerians at all. And the funny thing is that the way they are mistreating Nigerians and rubbing it on our faces is what I cannot really get. I can't really wrap my head around because I don't get. These people are full of lies and deceit. The same people who said they had removed fuel subsidy. They just changed the name and they are still paying the subsidy. Meanwhile, Nigerians are living from hand to mouth. Nigerians are paying for this subsidy and Nigerians are buying fuel at the filling station as though subsidy had been removed fully. The same subsidy that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan wanted to remove almost a decade ago. These people that are in power today, they fought against President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. If he had removed it that time, when he had good people, economists in his government, I think Nigeria would be flourishing today. These same people they stood against, they fought against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration to stand still. They brought a sort of insecurity against his government. And they were able to remove him from power. Now they are the one in power, and yet they don't even know what to do with this power they are beholding. Look at what Nigerians are going through under this current government, this current administration. Today, you know that Nigerians are tired and Nigerians are giving up already because nobody see anything good coming out of this country again because of the cross of leader that keeps on ruling us. And yet we have people, someone who has the interest of Nigerians at heart, who Nigerians should be like clocking around and hovering around to ensure that he becomes the next president. But because we feel it's not a tribesman, he doesn't deserve our vote. What you're doing today, you're doing it for your own children tomorrow. If we have a very good country today, you're not going to be the beneficiary. Your children, your children's children will also be beneficiary of of our decisions today. And if we make the wrong decision again, they are also going to be beneficiaries of whatsoever thing the outcomes becomes tomorrow. And so, if somebody is talking about voting the right person into power, and you think it's about tribe and it's about regional power or regional dominance whatsoever, then you need to go and check your brain very well. The thing is this: we did everything within our power. Some section of Nigeria did everything within their power, and even the detribalized one from several tribes, they did everything within their power to ensure the right person came 2023, but he was rigged out. But 2027 election is around the corner again, and you Nigerians can change whatever you want to change. Power belongs to the people if we are determined to ensure that we got power at all costs and to ensure that our voices are heard. If you like, you make the wrong decision come 2027 again. It's everybody that will feel it. We are all in this together. If you like, keep on fanning the ember of tribalism. We are all going to be in this together. That is just what I have to say. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.